Welcome back to the WHHI Daily News. We are joined by Amber Kuehn, a regular guest around here, the Empress of the Sea Turtles.
I'll take it.
You'll take it? All right. Good year, great year, off year. What kind of year was it for you?
It was a great year.
Okay.
It was the second highest nesting density. So
Okay.
we had 423 nests. Our highest was in 2019. We had 463. So
Okay.
it was close. But to note, our emergent success was the best it's ever been, 76%.
And in the end, that's what matters, is
That's
how
what
many sea
matters.
turtles we get out of all of this.
Right.
Do you have any idea, out of those 423 nests, roughly how many sea turtles at least made it back to the water?
Oh gosh, thousands of hatchlings
Okay.
have left the beach,
Okay.
right? What I thought you were going to ask
No.
is how many of those come back in 30 years?
Well, how many will come back in 30 years?
About one in 1,000.
Wow, that's one thing that we hope would get better, certainly over time. But a good year that actually began with the great exposure on the Today Show. You got to become a national star, and I think folks were around the country. Have you seen a little more of a bump in interest from around the
yes.
country, saying, "Gee, that's cool"?
Yeah, so all of a sudden it wasn't about sand management in my world, which is numbers and temperatures and where to put nests. I had to focus a little bit more on what the chamber was asking me to do for today's show, the Bucket List Family. I started to notice things like kids following us around on the
Really?
beach and knowing us by our first names and wanting to see the truck and be involved. And that's a little bit more of a novel way to look at the season.
But that's got to be good for the long term, doesn't it? The more people who understand it and get it, the better off the situation's going to get.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's simple things that we talk about every year. Fill your holes, don't leave your trash, your personal property on the beach.
How'd that go
Lights
this
out.
year? Did people do a better job of cleaning up?
So we made it an ordinance, right? A
Right.
rule, so it gets picked up after sunset in 2019. And so when we started to remove things from the beach and people are starting to realize that they can't get it back, then it's slowly becoming less of an issue than it was in the beginning. So that was the purpose of the ordinance, and it's good.
All right, so a good season this season. You're already starting to think about next year. You've got fundraising to do to pay for all the activities of next year, and programs to put together and reports to do on this last year. You've got a busy fall. You're not done, are you?
Oh no, this is when it gets really hard.
Yeah. This is stuff you don't want to do. You're not out in the sand digging, right?
This is the non-fun stuff, but necessary. So we're planning for next year. We'll do a kickoff party like we did this year, bigger and bigger each year. We have to promote our fundraiser. Our major fundraiser is dedicate a nest dedications.
I was going to say, what a great idea for people to do for friends on the island for Christmas.
For Christmas.
Hey, we've dedicated a nest for you for next season. What a neat thing. What people go to your website and find out?
Go to the website. There's a tab for nest dedications. There's an ornament that comes along with it for the
Really?
holiday, and we are really dependent on that fundraiser. So the more people that we get to do that, the better. But you get, nest number, and you get to know how it went.
What a great idea. And,
Yeah.
and you don't get a plaque, obviously, because we got to stay out of the way of the turtles. But to have it, memorialized kind of that way is very
A
cool.
special gift for sure.
What's the website?
It's www.SeaTurtlePatrolHHI.org. Sorry, let me repeat that.
Long one. Go ahead. www. I'll do that part.
Thank you. SeaTurtlePatrolHHI.org. We had to shorten it.
Okay, good. Okay, so we got it shortened up there, and you can go to that site and find out how to dedicate a nest for a loved one or your grandkids or kids or whatever going into next turtle season. Will they know which nest is theirs? I mean, even can you at least show them that in an email or whatever?
We'll give them a vague description
Okay.
of where it is on the beach, north end, south end, what beach it's on. But we can't be very
Sure.
specific because people will go and
You don't want to give that,
Visit.
and they'll want to put the plaque up there, and then we'll have
That's right, that's
the
right.
problem we're getting into. Hey, thanks so much for the time. Did we
Thank
miss
you.
anything? We got everybody straightened up and ready to go into the Christmas season?
I think everybody knows the rules for the May 1st start date, and And if you can support us on the off season, we certainly appreciate it.
All right. Lights on the beach, but not only until May 1st. And
Yeah.
then we got to turn them off again.
That's right.
Thanks so much, Amber. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank
Amber
you.
Kuehn of the Hilton Head Island Sea Turtle Patrol. We'll be back with much more on the WHHI Daily News right after this.